Testing. All right. You can cut out that other shit.
Hey, yo, hey. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, bitch, I'm from Texas, where we riding swangers and put diamonds in our necklace. Pour drink inside my lemonade till it look like a Pepsi. See, I come from the D where we got checks and we be flexing. If you ain't from my state, then you should know don't fuck with Texas. Hey, we always strapped, we keep our weapons. My mama from the 8, she slowed it down for me at 7. Used to think Pepsi was the guy before he went to heaven. I knew what pushing P was before Gunna even said it. Hey, C0 taught me keep my weapon and never trust a nigga or a bitch cause it's expected. No killers from the country, they ride horses and throw selfies. Got niggas in the East ride ATVs with Mac 11s.
First off, you better remember what that sign say before you come down here to this bitch. Don't mess with Texas. Cause you know everybody around this bitch got guns, nigga.
Hey, see, I'm from Texas. We got Beyonce, Trey the Truth, and we can't forget Devin. Big shout out to them boys, and I can't forget about them Texans. I've been feeling like Luka, how I bought that shit a blessing. Number 1 rule in Texas, keep it solid, ain't no telling. Hey, and always keep your fucking weapon. A nigga try me other guys, we got no choice but stretch him. If he survive these shots at first, bet he die on that stretcher. These diamonds I got water, might just go Johnny my next one. Hey, this Texas tea is what I drink. Sauce Walker had us dripping, Sauce having hoes in on drink. Young Nasa had us jigging, dipping, ain't know how to think. Now I got all these niggas stepping, swiping, catching plays. Hey.
All right, greetings and grand rising. Thank you all so much for coming out to the Goddess Queen. Okay, there we go. Our audio is back. Listen here, we got knocked out of the system, but we are back. So I appreciate you all. We are here at Queen City Radio. We will be hitting you with the hottest jams, hottest hits, and all of that good jazz. Now, listen here, we are going to be talking about some celebrity news, some hot topics, and what's going on in the world. Okay. Now, our sources are going to be very much so valid. We're going to get some credible sources. And first things first, let's just go ahead and get into the real news. Okay, so what happened? What is it that we need to know on today? Okay, today is Tuesday, December the 9th, 2025. The current time is 5:13 a.m. And let's go ahead and start off with this. Supreme Court poised to expand Trump's power over independent agencies. And so we are not able to, let's see. Give us one moment. All right, Supreme Court poised to expand Trump's power over independent agencies. The justices seem likely to allow the president to fire a Democratic member of the Federal Trade Commission, a ruling that could limit or overturn a 9-decade-old precedent that insulated some agencies from political influence by the executive. The Supreme Court on Monday appeared poised to allow President Donald Trump to fire a leader of the Federal Trade Commission, a ruling that could limit or overturn a 90-year-old precedent that curbs executive power to dismiss the heads of agencies Congress set up to be independent. A ruling in favor of Trump's position has been widely expected by legal experts because the justices have been chipping away for years at the president, known as Humphrey's executor. Many of the Supreme Court's conservative justices have expressed support for an idea known as u, unitary executive theory, which holds that the Constitution gives the president broad authority to fire officials and that Congress could not limit it. During arguments Monday, Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. referred to Humphrey's executor as a dried husk. The contemporary FTC bears little resemblance to the one that existed at the time of the High Court's 1935 ruling that insulated its commissioners from removal by the president without cause, because it now exercises significant executive powers, he said. Now, listen here, that is a lot going on in the world news. Listen, it says, I think broad delegations to unaccountable independent agencies raise enormous constitutional and real world problems for individual liberty. Kavanaugh said. A decision to strike down Humphrey's executor and allow the president to fire Democrat Rebecca Slaughter from the FTC could usher in one of the largest changes to the structure of the federal government in decades. It could hand Trump a major victory in his quest to exert tighter control over the federal bureaucracy and concentrate power in the White House. A ruling in the case is expected by June or July. Now let's get into this. The court's three liberal justices expressed alarm at the idea of handing the president unfettered control over roughly 24 agencies that regulate a range of areas, including product safety, elections, and nuclear energy, saying it could politicize work that Congress deemed should be based on expertise and technical knowledge. The agencies are run by bipartisan, multi member commissions that serve staggered terms. Justice Sonia Sotomayor told Solicitor General D. Saar, you are asking us to destroy the structure of government, while Justice Elena Kagan added, you end up with massive unchecked power in the hands of the president. Independent agencies exist because Congress has deemed some issues should be handled by nonpartisan experts. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson said, having a president come in and fire all the scientists and the doctors and the economists and the PhDs and replacing them with loyalists is actually not in the best interest of the citizens of the United States. Sawyer told the justice that striking down Humphrey's executor would make federal agencies more accountable to voters who elect the president, and the fears that the structure of government would be undermined and overblown. He said the alphabet soup of regulatory agencies is a headless fourth branch insulated from political accountability and democratic control. The justices spent much of the arguments probing the ramifications and possible limits of expanding the president's power. Kavanaugh said that he had concerns about the president attempting to remove members of the Federal Reserve, which sets interest rates and has a commanding role in guiding the economy. Next month, the justices will examine the legality of Trump's efforts to fire Democrat Lisa Cook from the Fed. The justices also quizzed Sawyer about whether ruling for the president would allow Trump to remove lower level members of independent agencies and some government workers with civil service protections. Sawyer indicated he thought the president would have such power, marking a dramatic shift. All right, so it's a lot going on there. Do you guys agree? All right, now let's get into it. 50 Cent confirmed his most recent diabolical move against Diddy that is linked to his Netflix documentary. 50 Cent appears to confirm another diabolical move against Diddy, with new hints suggesting the action is connected to his Netflix documentary. The key points that we need to look at are 50 Cent escalated his feud with Diddy by producing a Netflix docuseries about him. He claimed his ABC News interview targeted Diddy, knowing it could be seen in prison. Fans reacted online with humor, praising 50 Cent's dedication and pettiness. When the world learned that Sean Diddy Combs was in serious legal trouble, it seemed like his situation couldn't get much worse. The thing that a lot of people couldn't have known at that time is that on top of fighting the case against him, Diddy would also be fending off attacks from his longtime rival, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. On December the 2nd, 2025, 50 Cent took his feud against Diddy to a new medium with the release of the docuseries he produced for Netflix, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. While that undeniably was a huge deal, it seemed like 50 Cent wasn't satisfied with that alone. Instead, it now seems that he has confirmed another amazing way he just messed with Diddy. All right, every week there are some celebrities who are making the interview rounds to promote their latest projects. As a result, when 50 Cent seemed to be promoting his documentary, Sean Combs' The Reckoning, it didn't seem remarkable. The most noteworthy way that 50 Cent promoted the Netflix documentary was by agreeing to an ABC News interview that was uploaded on YouTube to December the 1st, 2025. Child, 50 Cent is out here doing the most, child. Okay, so now let's get into it. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so it says almost a week later, 50 Cent posted on social media, seemingly revealing that there was a lot more to his ABC News interview than it originally seemed. 50 Cent's Instagram post featured an image of a meme claiming he agreed to be interviewed by ABC News in hopes of Diddy seeing it in prison. Finding out 50 Cent agreed to do an interview with ABC News station only because it's one of the few stations they're allowed to watch in prison. He's a menace. Alongside the meme image, 50 Cent included a caption seeming to confirm the theory. I thought about it. What's wrong with that? All right, so now it goes on to say, of course, 50 Cent claiming he thought about Diddy watching when he agreed to the ABC News interview could have been a joke. However, as a December 2025 Entertainment Weekly timeline of 50 Cent and Diddy's feud shows, it's entirely possible that the post was entirely serious. After all, 50 Cent has been calling Diddy out regularly over the last 2 decades. As a result, it feels like he actually would have delighted in knowing Diddy could be watching the ABC News interview in prison. Well, listen here. Definitely a lot going on out there. 50 Cent is definitely not letting up. But in other news, listen here. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast member arrested on drug distribution charges. Brookhaven police arrested a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reality cast member Monday. Erica Bro, who is also known as Erica Banks, was arrested and charged with the possession of a scheduled or number two controlled substance with the intent to distribute, according to booking information from the DeKalb County Jail. A source told Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez Bro was arrested during a traffic stop on Buford Highway. Channel 2 Action News has reached out to DeKalb County authorities for more information. It's not her first run in with the law this year. Bro was arrested in August at Hartsfield Jackson International Airport over a weapon. Wow, Erica, you got to pull it together. Now let's get into this. This was August 7th, 2025. Atlanta police arrest a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast member and rapper after they say she was found with a stolen gun at Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Erica Charmaine Bro, an Atlanta rapper known as Erica Banks, faces a theft by receiving stolen property charge. The warrant indicates she was flying from Atlanta to Houston on a Delta flight Wednesday with a weapon inside her small Louis Vuitton purse. The weapon was checked at a security checkpoint and came back stolen out of Greenville, South Carolina. Bro has appeared on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta since season 11. She is known for her 2021 hit single, Bust It. Court records show that she was booked into the Clayton County Jail at 9:50 p.m., but was released over an hour later at 11:12 p.m. Channel 2's Tom Jones learns she has hired well-known attorney, the Fly Lawyer, formerly known as Jackie Patterson. He gave Jones the following statement. It is our contention that when she was caught with this weapon, she had no idea it was stolen, so she is not guilty of any offense. And once we get to court on this case, my job is to make sure this never becomes a part of her criminal history and to have these charges dismissed. So you got to think about it. Erica was just in trouble last year, well, this year in August, and now she's back in court because she was rolling around with substances. Okay. All right. So on to our next topic. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So in other news today, we have another story that's going to be coming up here shortly. Okay. So our next story is going to be, let's see. All right. So if you guys do not know, and if you do not follow, Monica and Brandy, they're on tour, but Monica hilariously checks Ray J after he blasted Beyonce and Jay-Z. Ray J set social media ablaze this past week after publicly calling out Beyonce and Jay-Z. Monica stepped in with the perfect blend of humor and grace to calm the storm. During the Atlanta stop of the Boy Is Mine tour on Thursday, December the 4th, Monica playfully addressed Ray J's viral rant while on stage with Brandy. Before we leave here, I am going to take Ray J's phone. She joked as the crowd erupted. Ray J, give me the phone. Give me the phone, Ray. After pretending to snatch it away, she flashed a grin and added warmly, we love you, Ray J. He's not just Brandy's brother, he's my brother too. Brandy even joined in on the fun teasing. I hope you know I'm going to have to hear this all night. Monica is my sister now. All right, so let's go ahead and take a listen. All right, so that was Monica at the concert. She made it jokingly, she made it lighthearted. Now, the lighthearted moment came just 2 days after Ray J blasted the Carters for allegedly avoiding photos with Brandy backstage at the tour. In a passionate Instagram live, he criticized the power couple for attending multiple shows without saying hello. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get into it. Let's see if we are back in. Can we do a sound check? Sound check? Sound check? Okay. Sound check is on point. All right. So you guys can hear us. We are good. Audio is great. All right. So now our next topic is going to be, oh my goodness. These topics are just really, really, really a lot today. Okay. So we got a lot. Let's get into it. What's our next topic? So let's see. All right, so we did do a live about Candy and her husband, Todd. Well, listen, get into this. Shout out to Star Magazine. Exclusive. Friends urging Ashton Kutcher to put more effort into his marriage to Mila Kunis. Friends are urging all work, no play. Friends are urging Ashton Kutcher to put more effort into his marriage to Mila Kunis, a source tells Star. The 47-year-old actor has quietly become one of Hollywood's most powerful business moguls, recently joining the Soho House board of directors after investing in the consortium that acquired the private members club in August. Ashton's focus is on the tech world. He's kind of lost interest in Hollywood, says the source, including the majority of the A-list couple's friends. These are people they've known for years, and suddenly Ashton doesn't have time for them all. All his energy is tied up with these investments and befriending these tech bros. Okay, between that and the few TV and film projects the that 70s show alum is still taking on, there's little time for socializing as the source. Ashton has no problem with it because he's got his fingers in so many pies, but Mila finds it very isolating. The Bad Mom star 42 doesn't want to give up her life in Los Angeles or her career. The source says she still has a lot she wants to accomplish and a lot of exciting projects in the works. So just turning her back on Hollywood isn't an option. The couple who share daughter Wyatt 11 and son Dimitri 9 are on two very different paths right now. And Miss the Source, that's something they need to figure out, which is going to be tough. Well, listen here, prayers up to them. Hopefully they figure it out, get it together. Child Ashton is just career driven, and sometimes your career can kind of take over your relationship. Now let's go ahead and get into some reality. Okay, Brown and Newport names Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star that should be cut from season 7. A bunch of reality stars gathered for Peacock's first ever sim simulcast simulcast with Sunday Night Football. And of course, things got shady. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Brown and Newport served as the fashion correspondent during the game, and she got put on the spot with a messy question about who she'd leave on the sidelines ahead of season 7. Her answer felt a little surprising, but she wasn't the only person in the room who felt the same way. Heather Gay agrees with Brown and Newport's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast take. Let's take a listen. All right. Well, it seems like the audio is not playing. All right, so we'll just go ahead and get into it. During the reality hot seat NFL crossover, Justin Sylvester challenged Browning to name a cast member that she'd bench ahead of season 7. Of course, we prefer the phrase put on pause, but they had to squeeze in the football reference anywhere they could. Fresh out filming the season 6 reunion, Browning had someone top of her mind for the bench. She said that it should be Meredith Marks sitting out the next season. According to her, she was the least valuable player this year. Going into next season, I might bench Meredith. Browning confessed, I think we saw more from everyone else this season, like personal, home life. I like that. And then she goes on to say, surprisingly, Browning's opinion about benching Meredith was well received by the rest of the people in the room. Heather Gay, who was offering up play-by-play commentary with Boston Rob Marino, chimed in and agreed with Browning's take. She said that Rob was also on board with putting Meredith on the bench. Yikes. Heather added, Rob mentioned that, and I thought, good take. We'll talk later. So, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City continues on Bravo every Tuesday at 8 p.m., 7 Central. You can stream it the next day on Peacock, okay? So if you want to get in there and watch that show, baby, get on in there. All right, now get into it. Married to Medicine. Oh, yes, season 12, episode 2 recap, Dirty Dancing. Get into it. Decade-old feuds, a political campaign, and accusations of a handsy husband. Married to Medicine season 12 is in full swing. Last week, we started the latest chapter of Bravo's medical drama at the Sanders Polo Classic, where not a second of polo was played. We also got introduced to a couple of brave new cast members stepping into the group. Welcome to the circus, Angel and Brandy. In Married to Medicine season 12, episode 2, Makeup and Breakups, we caught up with the recently demoted Dr. Heavenly, who is hard at work launching a bid for Georgia State Representative. However, she quickly learns that not everyone in her friend group thinks she's cut out for politics. What happened in Married to Medicine season 12? Episode 2. Well, let me tell you. After a confrontation at the Sanders Polo Classic, Quad and Simone continue riding the highs and lows of their roller coaster of friendship. Dr. Jackie planned a sultry dance party to give them a space to address it. Meanwhile, Dr. Heavenly launched her political campaign, and by the end of the episode, she had already lost a vote thanks to a nasty fight with Toya. Keep on reading, child. Listen here, we're going to keep on reading. Now, get into this after being MIA in the premiere episode. Episode 2 kicked off with a healthy dose of Dr. Heavenly. She's fully filling her Kamala Harris fantasy. Okay, she's fully filling her Kamala Harris fantasy, ready to launch her bid for Georgia State Representative. She has since switched up her campaign to the United States House of Representatives. She's trying to go to Washington, D.C. The cameras picked up showing Heavenly and Damon talking about her political aspirations. She was talking in that low, sweet sounding voice she only uses at home. A full contrast from the screaming we hear later in the episode. She's a woman of many layers, and that's exactly what she's trying to prove in her political run. Can you blame her? The campaign isn't the only thing on Heavenly's mind. She's also thinking about her son, who went from shadowing her at Smiles by Dr. Heavenly to getting caught up in the headlines for allegedly assaulting a cop. Heavenly explained that the incident happened a couple of years ago, but Damon kept it a secret. She only found out about it via social media when a new incident caused the case to resurface, and she lashed out. According to Heavenly, her freakout was so bad that her son was avoided. At, but it was her freakout was so bad. Let me calm down. That her son has avoided her ever since. She hasn't seen her son in months, and they're not sure if that's going to change anytime soon. Now, I must say this on that episode, season 12, episode 2, we find out that Toya's dog ended up passing away. She was found in the pool. Let's get into it.
You don't like dogs.
I never had a dog.
I can tell how you
You can
think.
tell?
I can tell.
Hello,
Thank you for coming.
Ashton and Avery.
Okay, so if you guys want to see that episode, definitely get on over. But Toya had a funeral for her dog. I forgot the baby's name. Oh, what's the baby's name? Bailey. Bailey Bush Harris is Toya's dog's name. A lighthearted afternoon at Brandy's med spa took a tragic turn when Toya learned that her beloved dog Bailey had drowned in her swimming pool. She and Dr. Eugene just moved into that house, and it's already been mirrored in tragedy. Heaven knows they might use this as a reason to buy yet another home and yet another new home. Now, listen here. Devastated by the loss of the 18-year-old pup, Toya planned a funeral. Eugene acted like it was the most ridiculous thing in the world to have a funeral for a dog. But let's be honest, it's nothing new for Bravo fans, and it's certainly not as ridiculous as Quad's funeral in season 10. Although Bailey's demise was a heartbreaking reason for an all-cast event, it did help bring the group together for at least one fight-free activity. Dr. Jackie wanted to keep that momentum going by planning a special activity for the ladies. She told them to show up in heels and wear something sexy. Quad and Simone are dancing in circles. Okay, for some reason, Dr. Jackie's idea of a group bonding event ended up being a sexy dance class. It's probably not the first thing to come to mind when you're thinking of a team building experience, but after 12 seasons, they've got to get creative. Okay. Today is about dealing with the stuff that we haven't been dealing with, but I want to have fun, Dr. Jackie told the ladies before the dance instructor led them through choreography. The class looked like a good time, but it turned out to be a warm up for the real exercise. A shady game of questions. The ladies grabbed some less than glamorous folding chairs and sat in a semicircle in the middle of the dance studio. With Dr. Jackie leading the game, thank goodness Dr. Contessa snuck in some solo cups and booze. They needed it. Things started off lighthearted, but like clockwork, the questions took a shady turn. Jackie brought up the last minute birthday invitation Simone got from Quad. Suddenly, all hell broke loose. Quad and Simone went back into one of their insane shouting matches. Newbie Brandy described it perfectly when she said it felt like something out of a soap opera, all the way down to the fake tears. Eventually, they did end up having some sort of resolution. They hugged it out, but we know it won't last. Consider us exhausted by this never ending story. Now, let's get into it. A checkup with the husbands, okay? While the ladies had their spicy dance class, their husbands met up at a brewery for drinks and some gossip of their own. Married to Medicine continues its run as the only show on Bravo where we actually want to see the husbands. At the brewery, Brandy's husband, Shamar, asked for advice on how to navigate the group. How do you support your wife when things get messy? Eugene stepped up like some sort of spokesperson for the men and said, that to survive, you have to blindly support your wife, even when she's clearly in the wrong. That thought process didn't land with everyone. Curtis spoke up, something you rarely see, and called out the fact that there are sometimes instances where the husband should speak up. Specifically, he was talking about Toya's comments from Watch What Happened Live, where she accused him of being handsy with the women of Married to Medicine. For Curtis, that was a prime example of where Eugene should have intervened. There has to be a line, and most of the men had his back on that. However, Eugene claimed that Toya didn't say anything untrue, fully doubling down on Toya's Watch What Happened Live comments. Fortunately, Curtis had plenty of backup from the other guys. There needs to be a level of accountability, Steve added, while the men had this spirited but level headed conversation about their wives. Their wives were across town getting ready to turn the dance studio into a wrestling ring. Heavenly has already lost a voter. Simone and Quad's fight at the dance studio felt like plenty of drama for the night, but Heavenly needed to get in on the action before they called it a night. She decided to address all the questions she heard Toya had about her campaign. She might call it a confrontation. We consider this to be a form of voter outreach. I'm running for state representative, Heavenly revealed to the group. Toya, if you have any questions, let me know and I can tell you. That's heated up a hilariously shady exchange. Toya said she couldn't see Heavenly in politics because of how messy she's been over the last 10 years of Married to Medicine. Cue the montage of clips proving her point. Heavenly replied, do you know what a state representative does? Toya says, I don't give a F. Toya shot back, because what I'm trying to tell you is that a state representative wouldn't be you. And then all hell broke loose for a second time in the dance studio. Toya made it clear that Heavenly would not be earning her vote. The credits rolled as things escalated even further between the two, with the entire cast jumping out of their folding chairs to get in between them. It's classic Married to Medicine messiness, okay? Married to Medicine airs every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central on Bravo. Stream it the next day on Peacock. Okay. All right. Now let's get into it. There's a recall alert. Blood pressure medication recall may be contaminated with wrong drug. The Food and Drug Administration has recalled a popular treatment for high blood pressure. The agency said that the bottles of bisoprolol, bisoprolol, fumarate, and hydrochlorothiazide tablets under the brand name Zyac may have been cross-contaminated with other drugs, USA Today reported. The drug maker said testing of reserve samples showing traces of ezetimibe, a cholesterol drug made by the same company. The recall affects tablets in dosages from 2.5 milligrams to 6.25 milligrams made by Madhya Pradesh in India for Glenmark Pharmaceuticals. USA Today reported. The Hill reported that more than 11,100 bottles have been recalled. The following pills have been recalled according to USA Today: 30 bottles NDC 684628780, lot 172. I'll post all this on my community wall. Let me go ahead and get this article right quick. Let me get this article right quick. Give me a second. So I'll post that on the community wall. You guys can get on over there and take a look for yourself. But only is saying the recall is a class 3 or a situation in which use of or exposure to volatile products is not likely to cause adverse health consequences, according to the FDA. So they're saying that bisoprolol fumarate and hydrochlorothiazide are prescribed in combination. The first is a heart beta blocker, according to the Mayo Clinic, and allows it to beat normally. The second increases urination to remove sodium and water from a person. The medications also allow blood vessels to relax, lowering blood pressure and reducing the risk of heart attacks or strokes. Oh, wow. Okay, you guys, I was supposed to be here till 7, but I got news that my dad passed away a month ago. Well, he passed last month. It hasn't been a month yet. He passed last month. And so yeah, I got the news early this morning. I got to talk to my mom. But yeah, so I'm kind of like in a mood today. Not in a bad way. I'm just, grieving my dad, not my birth father, but a man that my mom had dated before and spent a lot of generous time and hours, So, yeah, so that's what's going on. I just want to come here and give you guys something. I did promise you from 5 to 7. Like I said, my dad passed away. And so I just want to, get me some time to myself and I can come back here live shortly. All right. You all have a great day on purpose. And I will see you soon.
Queen Tulsa, baby. Your favorite shade, your hottest tea, and your headline queen. The Wendy Williams of YouTube, iconic, epic, and always petty when I need to be. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you'll like. Cameras on, baby, I control the stage. Every headline bends when I set the page. Hot topics burn, I deliver with grace. Shady little smirk while I give you faith. From the gossip rooms to the YouTube fight. Turn petty words into sleepless nights. If I say stops here, then it's all through. No one drops tea like I do. I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you. promise you'll like. Like and subscribe, let the numbers climb. Serving raw truth with a touch of divine. Breaking news, baby, I say it bold. Every word drips hotter than gold. Just in cases, I keep receipts. I'm a boss in heels with the fire and heat. You want the tea, I pour it smooth. I'm Queen Tulsa, baby, I set the mood. Sweet on the lips, but sharp when I speak. But my shade unique. Iconic, epic, I reign supreme. Queen Tulsa, the boss, I'm the headline queen. Don't get it twisted, baby. You came for the gossip, but you stayed for the queen. I don't chase views, views chase me. Now sip that tea, and don't forget to hit that like. Queen Tulsa, I'm the queen of YouTube. I'm the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Treat me right, I'll treat you right. Treat me wrong, I'll treat you wrong. Hit that like, I don't bite. Hit that like, I promise you like. And remember, if I say it stops here, it stops here.